Today we'll be talking about voting and the importance of voting and some of the ways you do vote and elections, election funding, and whatnot. So who can vote? Well, you have to be an American citizen, 18 years of age, a resident of the state that you live in that you would choose to vote in. You have to be a citizen of the United States. You also have to be registered to vote. And usually voter registration is taken place through some kind of form that you can find at your post office, the courthouse, something like that. That'll give you a way to register and fill out the form and be able to vote in an election. Now, what's the process for voting? First, you have to register. Then, after you register, you have to research the candidates and figure out who shares the same views as you. Now, this is part of the duty of all Americans, is to figure out who has the same views as you, who is going to represent your ideas. So you have to get information on the candidates so you can make a well-informed decision as being part of the electorate. A couple pictures here from the last presidential election, and when we're thinking about what it means to vote and run for office and be a part of the political process, a lot of it comes with documents and pictures like this that are going to explain the idea of the presidential candidate, what they're running on, what they feel to be important. They can be positive or negative depending on your point of view and what you stand for and what you believe in. So running for office, there are many techniques for getting voters to want to vote for a specific candidate. Endorsements, propaganda, advertisement, using television, canvassing. All of these are methods of trying to get people to see your point of view as a candidate. So if you get people to agree with your point of view based on what you stand for and using one of these processes, it will help you get elected either to being president or governor, mayor, whatnot. So campaign finance. This is where elections get a little sticky because we have private funding and public funding. Private funding is done by fundraising, doing events, having people donate money, asking your constituents to give you money. Public funding is based on campaign raising and then getting federal dollars given to you. The text goes a little bit more in depth to this, so make sure you read that section carefully and answer the homework questions based on the funding. Now, elections. Now, when you're ready to vote and you're old enough and you're registered, you're going to go to a polling place, generally libraries or schools in your voting district. Now, if you live outside your voting district, you can do an absentee ballot. Generally, this is regarded for people that are elderly that might not be able to travel, or people in the military that are serving abroad can cast an absentee ballot. So this makes sure that everyone's voice is heard on election day and not just those that are present at the polling site. Again, we're going to talk the Electoral College. So, with the Electoral College, every candidate, or whichever candidate wins the popular vote for the state, wins all of the electoral votes. So all the electors then vote Republican if a Republican candidate wins the popular vote. And that's how all those electoral votes go for one candidate. So the Democratic electors would not vote. Lastly, special elections. Special elections have two categories, runoff elections and recall elections. Now both of these have to do with, one, change. Two, the runoff elections have to do when there's not a clear winner, and the recall elections have to do when you're trying to remove someone from office. There have been some examples throughout history, and you're going to find them in your homework for class tomorrow. So do your reading, do your homework. See you tomorrow.